test. Okay. Question number 1. You regularly make new friends. I would not say I'm neutral. I would say I'm more small agree. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. I think I'm neutral on that. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. I would disagree a little bit. Like, I'm thinking of when I'm in New York City on the subway. If people are crying, I don't cry. I feel bad for them, but I don't want to cry. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I highly disagree. I rarely do backup plans. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I agree a lot. That's what acting does for you. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to ones you already know. I highly disagree. I love meeting new people. Next. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I agree. Yes. You are very sentimental. Yes, very highly. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I think I disagree a little bit because I've used them before, but I don't use them often. But do I like using them? I think a little. Like, I would use schedules. I like using them, but I don't like using them like a lot. I think we'll do a small agree. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Disagree a little bit. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I don't feel comfortable. I think I'm neutral. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Middle disagree. I love talking about all that stuff. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Highly disagree. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Highly agree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Yep, I rarely don't worry. I feel like I come across pretty well. You enjoy participating in group activities. Yes, highly agree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Little agree because I also like endings that are endings, so I don't really know. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I disagree. I have realized, like, I can be selfless, but I also am not. I'm very driven to finish things that I want to finish. You are so interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Or I feel like I sometimes don't know what to try. I disagree a little bit. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worst. A little bit, yeah. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Yeah, a little bit. Just because, like, unless you really need me, I'll do it. And I think I could be a really good leader, but like, I like being the center of attention, but only for things that are important, and like I can do a good job, and if someone else thinks they can do a great job, I'll let them do it. Like, I think being a good leader is allowing other people to lead too, you know? You are definitely not an artistic type of person. Very highly disagree. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. Highly, I think people don't feel enough, so I disagree. Like, I'm thinking like trans rights, and like if people really, I know people feel scared and that's something, but if they really felt empathy, if they really, I don't know, it could go both ways. I'm realizing if they feel more towards those people, they would care instead of rationalizing them as a number and making them feel like they're, you know, not special. Okay. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I highly disagree. I like to relax before I do chores. You enjoy watching people argue. No, I highly disagree. I hate it. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I disagree. Apparently, I like a lot of attention. Actually, I would highly disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. Yes. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. No, I'm pretty patient. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. I can, but not often, so I would say a double green. Which one? I think that one. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Very much agree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than your own. I often end up being alone. So I think I prefer being alone, but I always end up rather preferring to be around other people. So it's in the green area. It's not totally, it's probably like a little green. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Yes. So that means, like, if we're talking and you're just like, well, what if this happens and this happens? I just am like, none of that actually exists, so no. And then I'm just like, let's just worry about what matters. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. So I did this on the last one, and I really thought through. I find it very hard to empathize with someone whose experiences are very different from mine. Now, do I feel bad for these people? Yes. I hate it. This is how I was thinking of empathizing. I don't know if you agree, but I was thinking, like, you know, they say put yourself in your shoes. I can't actually like put myself in their shoes and feel exactly what they're feeling. I can look at them, hear their story, and be like, wow, I bet that would suck. Like, I bet that would feel really bad, but I can't actually feel it. You know, like, I can't feel it. I could be really sad for them. So I think it's gonna be. What would yours be? Like, I know it's very easy to be like, you're gonna be a very good person and care, right? But like, do you actually feel? Let me see what empathize actually means. I know it means to like feel. It was funny, John, a subscriber, gave me crap because I said cathart, and that's not a word, but I don't care. I think it's good. What was it? Empathize. Understanding and share the feelings of another. Yeah, I don't really like feel the feelings, so really second guess the choices that you have made. I disagree. I always keep thinking about the people, like past relationships, and how we messed them up and stuff. So I would disagree. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. So normally I don't do those things, but usually, yes. Like, it will re-energize me. You enjoy going to art museums? I do. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Oh, I don't think so. I like to have a do-do list for each day. Disagree. You rarely feel insecure. It's not like it's not like like middle school where I used to feel like super insecure about my body or anything. I don't, but I do feel sometimes like I'm not good enough for romantic partners or whatever that is about. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but so I rarely feel insecure. Yes, I'll do a little bit of agree. I don't often feel this insecure. You avoid making phone calls. I disagree. I love phone calls. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Very disagree. I don't do that, and I should do that. Do you do that? Like, honestly, do you really go out of your way to learn different opinions than your own? I don't. I usually look for people that have similar. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Highly disagree. I should do that. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. No. I should go with the flow. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yep, highly agree. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. I do that a lot. So that's a disagree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yeah, I agree. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it's completely their fault. Completely agree. I'm under this assumption that, like, if someone messes up, you don't need to, like, frame them or make them feel worse. Like, they know, so it's just like, let them. They have already so much hard talk in their head, we all do. So they don't need more negativity or embarrassment. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organizing consistent efforts. I agree a little bit. If I get into it, I can get a schedule, but yeah. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. No, highly disagree. I think I'm amazing. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Highly disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. I disagree. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I disagree. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. I disagree. You often feel overwhelmed. Neutral. You complete things methodically without skipping or steps. Yes. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Highly agree. You would pass along a good opportunity. And by that, like, I always get really curious on why people vote the way they do. Why certain things are taboo and why they aren't. Because everything's a gray area. Although for some things we don't like to think they are. Not yet, at least. No. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. feel confident that things will work out for you? Yes. Let's see my results. Sweet. So it said that I am a campaigner, ENFPA. So campaigners, I think this is what I got last time. Campaigners are enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile. I am. So my mind is 67% extroverted, 33% introverted. Extroverted individuals readily enjoy group activities and value social interaction. They tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express their excitement. I'm finding it 59% intuitive. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. 60% feeling. Okay, versus thinking. Feeling individuals value emotional expression and sensitivity. They place a lot of importance on empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. 68% prospecting versus 32% judging for tactics. So, prospecting individuals are very good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. They tend to be flexible, nonconformists who value novelty above stability. Yeah. 57% assertive for identity. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. They refuse to worry too much and tend to be self-confident when striving to achieve goals. Sweet. Okay, just sent that. Just an ENFPA. That's my Myers Briggs, and I'm gonna go into right now. We're gonna read and learn more about me. Okay. So introduction. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. Or I'm out dreamer. So campaigners, what I am, are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. I apologize for my computer making noise. It will die down eventually. But even though they can be the life of the party, campaigners don't just care about having a good time. These personality types run deep, as does their longing for meaningful emotional connections with other people. The magic of everyday life. Friendly and outgoing, campaigners are devoted to enriching their relationships and their social lives, but beneath their social, easygoing exteriors, they have rich, vibrant inner lives as well. Without a healthy dose of imagination, creativity, and curiosity, a campaigner simply wouldn't be a campaigner. Wow, this is so loud. I'm so sorry. It's okay, computer. In their unique way, campaigners can be quite introspective. They can't help but ponder the deeper meaning and significance of life, even when they should be paying attention to something else. These personalities believe that everything and everyone is connected, and they live for glimmers of insight that they can gain into these connections. Yeah, I believe that. I always talk about the universe on this channel. Now we're all connected, so that's very cool. Campaigners are independent and creative, always on the lookout for magic and meaning in everyday life. Inside of the Day says campaigners are the most likely personality type to say they would hire their friends or relatives if they had their own business. When something sparks their imagination, campaigners can show an enthusiasm that is nothing short of infectious. These personalities radiate positive energy that draws in other people, and campaigners may find themselves being held up by their peers as a leader or guru. But once the shallow. Seemingly in the blink of an eye, people with this personality type can transform from impassioned idealists to carefree figures on the dance floor. Campaigner personalities are capable of intense thought and feeling, and also of kicking back and having a good time. Very true. Even in the moments of fun, campaigners want to connect emotionally with others. Few things matter more to these personality types than having genuine, heartfelt conversations with the people they cherish. Campaigners believe that everyone deserves to express their feelings, and their empathy and warmth create spaces where even the most timid spirits can feel comfortable opening up. People with this personality type need to be careful, however. Campaigners' intuition may lead them to read far too much into other people's actions and behaviors. Instead of simply asking for an explanation, campaigners may end up puzzling over someone else's desires or intentions. This kind of social stress is what keeps harmony focused. Campaigners awake at night. Makes sense. Campaigners will spend a lot of time exploring different relationships, feelings, and ideas before they find a path for their lives that feels right. But when they finally do find their way, their imagination, empathy, and courage can light up not only their own lives, but the world around them. Some campaigners you may know is Robert Downey Jr., Robin Williams, Quentin Tarantino, Russell Brand, Kelly Clarkson, Will Smith. So strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so our strengths is curious. Campaigners can find beauty and fascination in nearly anything. Imaginative and open-minded, these personalities aren't afraid to venture beyond their comfort zones in search of new ideas and experiences and adventures. Perceptive to people with this personality type, no one is unimportant, which might explain how they can pick up on even the subtlest shifts in another person's moods or expressions, because they're so sensitive to other people's feelings and needs. Campaigners can make full use of their caring, considering nature. Enthusiastic, when someone captures their imagination and inspires them, campaigners want to share it with anyone who will listen, and they're just as eager to hear about other people's ideas and opinions, even if those thoughts are wildly different from their own. Excellent communicators. Campaigners brim with things to say, but they can be caring listeners as well. This gives them a nearly unmatched ability to have positive and enjoyable conversation with all sorts of people, even people who aren't particularly sociable, agreeable. Festive. Campaigners may live for deep, meaningful conversations, but they can also be spontaneous and lighthearted. These personalities know how to find fun and joy in the present moment. A few things give them more pleasure than sharing their joy with others. Hell yeah. Good-natured. All of these strengths come together to form a person who is warm-hearted, approachable, with an altruistic spirit and a friendly disposition. Campaigners strive to get along with pretty much everyone, and their circles of acquaintances and friends are often stretched far and wide. Weaknesses. People-pleasing. Most campaigners are uncomfortable with the prospect of being disliked. To maintain the peace, they may compromise on things that matter to them or allow other people to treat them poorly. And when they fail to win someone over, they might lose sleep trying to figure out what to do about it. That's fair. Unfocused. The thrill of a new project, especially one that involves collaborating with other people, can bring out the best in campaigners, but this personality type is known for having ever-evolving interests, meaning that campaigners might find it challenging to maintain discipline and focus over the long term. Disorganized. Campaigners' enthusiasm is legendary, but it doesn't extend to everything. Specifically, people with this personality type may try to avoid boring, practical matters such as chores, maintenance, and paperwork. The resulting sense of disorganization can become a major source of stress in their lives. Very true. Very, very true. Overly accommodating. Campaigners' personalities feel called to uplift others, and they may find themselves saying yes whenever anyone asks them to look for guidance or help. But unless they set boundaries, even the most energetic campaigners can become overcommitted with too little time, energy, and tackle the necessities of their own lives. Overly optimistic. Optimism can be among the personality type's key strengths, but campaigners' rosy outlook can lead them to make well-intentioned but naive decisions, such as believing people who haven't earned their trust. Damn, that's right. This trait can also make it difficult some major areas of their life aren't good enough, whether that's their life, their home life, or relationships. Fuck, that's really relatable. I'm always like thinking it's not good enough, you know? Here comes some fun. Romantic relationships. It's hard to overstate just how much campaigners care about love. That's all I write about, you guys. This is a passionate, warm, open-hearted personality type, one that brims with hopes and dreams and ideas and experiences. And campaigners bring out every ounce of this vibrant energy to their romantic relationships. For campaigners, romantic relationships are beautiful and exhilarating, an opportunity for two souls not only to explore the world together, but also to connect on the deepest of levels. Very much so. Many campaigners harbor a deep longing to share their lives with another person. As a result, these personalities may feel a bit empty or uninspired when they're single. While their dedication to a relationship is admirable, campaigners may need to guard against investing too much of their sense of self in their relationship status. Fanning the flames. When campaigners are interested in someone, they rarely hold back. People with this personality type tend to fall in love easily and they fall hard. Hence my last video with that boy. Jeez. Campaigners shower their new flame with affection, trusting that the devotion and passion that they feel are real. Optimists at art, campaigners are undaunted by the practical challenges and inconveniences of a new partnership. This might explain why they generally don't shy away from long-distance relationships. In their minds, physical distance is no match for the power of true love. Rather than focusing on potential issues, campaigners sink into the joys of a relationship's honeymoon stage, constantly looking for ways to prove their dedication and delight their partner. Yeah, the whole long-distance thing makes sense why I like the people I do. Yeah. In a world of dating games and rules, campaigners' willingness to throw caution to the wind can be a breath of fresh air. For better or for worse, not everyone can match this personality type's ardor or intensity. Some people just need more space, whether physical, emotional, or both. If their partner's enthusiasm doesn't seem to match their own, campaigners may find themselves feeling insecure or needy. Very true. That's how I feel about friends. Like, if I get really invested in people and they don't meet me back, I feel really insecure about it. And when the flames of romance start to flicker or wane, as happens in nearly every long-term relationship, campaigners might worry that their devotion has been misplaced and the match is meant to be after all. That's true too. Wow. The mystery of relationships, perhaps because they're so unstinting with their affection, campaigners can struggle with the mystery of why some relationships don't work out. Shouldn't love be enough to keep two people happily together, especially when one of those partners is so eager to please as a campaigner? But like everyone, people with this personality type need to remember that relationships are in always mutual interest, mutual growth, and mutual responsibility. As many campaigners learn, the fate of a relationship has less to do with whether it was meant to be in some cosmic sense than with how partners treat and communicate with each other. Campaigners know that lasting love takes effort and commitment, but they may become alarmed when the work of being in a relationship starts to feel like, well, work. Cherished ideals. Campaigners approach their relationships with the highest of ideals. They long to know and unconditionally accept everything about their partner, just as they long for that person to know and unconditionally accept them in return. With this intense, all-in approach to love, campaigners may feel more energized in the exciting, unpredictable early stages of a courtship than they do in established relationships. After all, long-term relationships require two people not just to enjoy each other's company, but also to navigate practical matters together, such as chores, budgeting, and social or family obligations. In settled relationships, campaigners' personalities may find themselves longing for the days when they and their partners were more focused on candlelight dinners than who is going to empty the dishwasher. For campaigners, such issues can seem painfully unromantic, but unless these types take on their share of responsibilities and help keep things running smoothly, they may actually amplify any stress or resentment in the relationship. Fortunately, campaigners can find ways to balance their spontaneous, passionate nature with the stability and consistency that long-term relationships require. With their trademark sensitivity and goodwill, these personalities can transform even the most mundane task into creative, heartfelt expression of love. Oh, interesting. Friendships. As friends, campaigners are cheerful and sportive. They're nearly always up for a little lighthearted banter or a deep, heartfelt, emotional discussion about anything and everything. Generous and giving, campaigners have much to offer in the realm of friendship. At times, however, they may struggle with this suspicion that they care more about their friends than their friends care about them. That's what I was just saying. A suspicion that they can leave with these sociable, warm-hearted personalities feeling more than a little bit lonely. For campaigners, friendship is an opportunity to see the universe through another person's eyes. The adventure of friendship. Imaginative and upbeat campaigners know how to transform even the most ordinary moments into a special occasion, and for these personalities, nearly any opportunity to spend time with friends is a special occasion. Campaigners cherish their friends, and they'd hate to take a single moment together for granted. With their trademark good cheer, campaigners can turn any occasion into an adventure, an unforgettable dance party. Yeah. As you might expect, campaigners' sociable energy can be a magnet for other outgoing personality types, but their warmth and sincerity draws all sorts of other people outside of their shells, and many campaigners feel drawn to befriend people who are relatively shy or reserved. Totally. When I'm at a party, I always love talking to people that aren't very outgoing, because they always have the most interesting stories. Attracted to depth and nuance, people with this personality type find it gratifying to watch someone gradually open up and reveal their innermost thoughts and feelings. Yeah. And with their unique combination of sensitivity and enthusiasm, campaigners can help quieter friends feel understood and accepted, and not a little exhilarated. In too deep, from the outside, it might seem that friendship comes easily to these personality types, and to some extent it does, but that doesn't mean that campaigners always experience the deep, meaningful relationships that they long for. Holy fuck, that is so right. Wow. Okay. Some people simply don't want to open up emotionally in the way that campaigners crave. Others may turn out to be close-minded or judgmental in ways that don't match their values. To campaigners, it can sometimes seem as if the rest of the world were satisfied with superficial, casual relationships. Hell yeah. In these moments, they can't help but wonder whether their deep longing for human connection is just too much for other people to handle. I totally feel that. That's why recently, even on this channel, I was saying how I view friends as just people you hang out with to do things. I used to hold friends so deeply, and it's so hard to find those deep connections here in LA. For the idealist, campaigners may find it difficult to accept that they can't befriend everyone. Yep. Campaigners' idealism can also cause issues with their close friendships. This personality type is known for going to great lengths to be caring and helpful, and campaigners take pride in being unfailingly generous with their energy, time, money, attention, emotions. But at times, campaigners may give so much to their friendships that they can't meet their own needs. Unfortunately, even between the dearest of friends, this sort of imbalance can create resentment and misunderstanding. I kind of disagree with that, but that's okay. Making life spectacular, fortunately, campaigners' emotional sensitivity enables them to respond not only to their friends' needs, but also to their own. Once campaigners learn to balance their desire to help others with their need to stay true to themselves, they can bring the full strength of their empathy, curiosity, and joy to their friendships. And the adventures that campaigners share with their friends are the good stuff that a good life is made of. Cool. Parenthood. I might skip this because I don't really know if I'm going to be, well, let's just read it. One of the great joys of parenthood is sharing this their sense of wonder and inspiration with their children. Okay, I'm going to skip this because I'm not a parent. Career paths. Maybe I could fly helicopters and be an oceanographer who writes songs and cooks. Campaigners are known for having a wealth of ideas, interests, and hobbies, to the extent that they may struggle to fit everything that they cared into their lives. It's no surprise, then, that choosing a career path can leave people with this personality type feeling overwhelmed and scattered. Hell yeah. They may feel pulled in multiple directions, uncertain of how to honor their passions and keep their options open while pulling in a steady paycheck. The good news, campaigners can use their boundless curiosity and imagination to propel themselves forward in nearly any profession. When selecting a career, campaigners tend to find that their main issue isn't a lack of options, it's that there are just so many fascinating and worthy possibilities to explore. What works for campaigners? Campaigners have a way of brightening the world around them, including their workplaces. With the right mindset, these personalities can find pleasure and gratification in nearly any job. They may even welcome the challenge of breaking through a grumpy worker's shell, making harried customers smile, or boosting the morale of a less than cheerful workplace. That said, campaigners are more likely to be fulfilled by work that meets certain criteria. First, they need to believe that what they do on a daily basis aligns with their core values. Second, most people with the personality type feel best in jobs that use and build on their talents. It can be hard for campaigners to maintain motivation in a job that doesn't enable them to help people or create community in some way. These personality types may feel that something is missing if they take out a career that doesn't allow them to use and improve their people skills. Campaigners also tend to be most motivating careers that offer learning opportunities and room for creativity, including the opportunity to experiment with side projects that catch their interest. Damn, this is so spot on, because I remember telling my parents, like, oh, I do locations and I'm alone all the time and I wish I could, the nice about coffee is I'm building a community, but I love, I would love project-based so you can just do whatever you want to do. I wish location was more creative. Like, that's all that this is saying, which is so cool. This explains why many campaigners are drawn to careers in nonprofits, public service, counseling, education, customer, public relationships, hospitality, and media and entertainment. And the service industry, jobs in social media and communications can be an excellent fit for them as well, allowing them to balance creativity with a sense of human connection. Campaigners may also gravitate towards scientific and technical fields where they have a positive impact, such as human health and environmental science. Letting creativity prevail. For people with this personality type, few things are as demoralizing as a job where every day is the same. Predictability and repetition can make campaigners feel not only bored but also a little disheartened. Although they benefit from a degree of structure and accountability, they may lose steam in work environments that rely on strict regimen and hierarchy. Campaigners crave variety, and they love to ask questions. To maintain motivation, they need to feel as if they're pushing boundaries and exploring new ideas. Any job that expects them to keep quiet and follow protocol is effectively turning two of campaigners' greatest strengths into liabilities. Unfortunately, campaigners' irresistible creativity in the majority of workplace with enthusiasm and empathy, these personalities can turn each workday into an opportunity to learn something new and make the world just a little bit better. Workplace habits. I might skip this one. I'm gonna skip this. Okay, good conclusion. Oh, this is just like trying to convince you to go premium. So that's cool. Very cool. So that's what I am. So I am a campaigner. What's the difference? Let's see. I'm an assertive campaigner. that another time. But yeah, if you guys want to take this test, let me know what you guys are down below. I wish I told you which ones you get along with. Maybe that's very interesting. I really thought I would tell you which ones were more compatible with you, but I guess not. Oh, interesting. But yeah, I hope you had fun with this. You learned a little bit more about me. I did too. Have a wonderful night, wonderful life, and I will see you in a future video. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff for YouTube. Lots of love, and I will see you later.